Good afternoon, Bookfighters. It is Tuesday, April 24th, and today I kind of wanted to make a video about Crime and Punishment, but like, since I don't really know what to talk about the novel, I found some other stuff to talk about, but still on topic for once. So we're going to make a video about 5 things that you maybe, probably, hopefully, didn't already know about Crime and Punishment and the author. So yeah. Thing 1. The novel Crime and Punishment was actually originally published in a literary magazine in Russia in monthly installments over the course of a year. So that huge big novel that we all read was actually 12 little tiny parts at one time, and then later on it was put into one large novel version that we have now. Thing 2, the idea of Crime and Punishment, the author was actually inspired by a real life double homicide that he'd read about in the paper that was committed by a French poet named Pierre-François Lacenaire. I don't speak French, obviously. The double homicide that Raskolnikov commits is actually basically detail for detail a recreation of this actual double homicide. The more you know. Cool thing number 3. Crime and Punishment was actually the first novel that the author wrote after being in exile in Siberia. He was arrested along with a bunch of other people and for participating in a socialist group under the reign of Tsar Nicholas I, and they were mock executed and then sent to like prison camps in Siberia. And Crime and Punishment was the first novel that he wrote after getting back to St. Petersburg. Thing number 4, the names of some of the characters are actually symbolic and have Russian words in them that kind of help describe the character itself. Raskolnikov's name, Raskolnikov, there's a Russian word, Raskol, which means like a break or a schism, and Raskolniv is a word that means a dissenter, which, if you know, as we've all read the novel, we kind of see why that's appropriate. And then cool thing number 5, cool thing number 5 is actually there have been over 25 different film versions of Crime and Punishment. The first movie version was actually made in 1923, and there have been over 25 different versions since then. So yeah, that's 5 things that I thought were kind of cool, and hopefully you learned something kind of neat. Oh, I wanted to thank Dan for finally publishing the novella that we wrote. I read it in the Google Docs, and I'm so happy I finally know the ending coming in the beginning of writing it, and not having any idea what happened after part 3 was so stressful for a year, and I'm sure you understand because you wrote the first part. But yeah, that was great. I was so happy to see that in my email, I almost cried. So I guess, Kalinda, I will see you tomorrow, and the rest of you I will see next week for Teen Literature, Children's Literature Month. Yay! Fairly well, Bookfighters.